Check. Hey. Yeah. Hello around the world again. It's Sheldon Lowe. I'm here as a volunteer for USA for Israeli Democracy. We are standing in New York City on 47th Avenue between 1st and 2nd Avenue, which is strategically very close to the UN, where Prime Minister Netanyahu is going to be speaking this morning. As you can see, the demonstration hasn't even begun yet, and we are already filling this square with people. It's expected to be the largest demonstration outside of Israel today. Thank you very much for this flag. Do you mind moving it so we can see what's happening behind me? Thank you so much. As you can see, there has been a prayer service started here from rabbis from all around the city and all around the region and potentially the country. I haven't gotten a chance to see who all is here just yet. It is early in the morning. A lot of us have been demonstrating all week, and we're a little tired. The reason that we wanted to start here this morning is because it's really important for us to show you that this movement cannot be defined by any conventional separation of people. We have people who are secular. We have people who are very, very religious. We have people who are everywhere in between. We have people that are liberal. We have people that are conservative. We have people that are young, that are old, that are Sephardic, that are Ashkenazi. The point is, everyone here believes that Israel should be a democratic state, that it should be a safe haven for all Jews. The only way that can be is by adhering to the Declaration of Independence and making sure that all Jews are welcome, all Jews have a voice, that it remains a democracy, which means that even if our views are not part of the coalition in the government, that we are still being protected by that government. We're going to zoom in and see a little bit of the service in just a little bit, but one thing I would like to mention is you do not need to know all of the exact details of all of the legislation. You do not need to own a flag. You do not need to own a sign. You don't need anything. You just need to show up. I think you will find it is incredibly moving, incredibly inspiring. This is not a political movement. This is a movement for people who love democracy. It's that simple. If you love democracy, if you want Israel to remain a democratic state, a state that respects all of the people living in that land, women and LGBTQ and non-Orthodox Jews and Orthodox Jews. Let's zoom in on this one. Take a moment. We can already hear on Neva coming over the loudspeakers, where we're going to have some incredible speakers inspiring us a little bit later today. I want to just show you how easy it is to show up. Tomer, would you mind just showing what's laying here on the benches here in New York? So don't worry, you don't need to bring a sign. You don't even need to bring a shirt. We have Saving Israeli Democracy shirts that Unacceptable, the organization for Israeli expats and democracy-loving, Israel-loving supporters living outside of Israel. We've got signs, we've got megaphones, we've got flags. What is important is that you show up. There are a lot of different people here who have a lot of very different opinions on Israel. But the one thing that binds us all together is that we all believe that Israel should be a democratic state, that it should represent all of its people, and that if there's going to be any major changes to the rules, you know, we can disagree about policy, but if you're going to actually change the rules so that the people in power are the only ones who can stay in power and will decide things like who can run in the government, which is an actual piece of legislation that is on the docket for Israel's Knesset, who will be convening in a matter of weeks. I'm just going to repeat that. There is a bill on the docket. Go ahead, grab a degget, grab a flag. Yes, grab it. There is a bill on the docket for Knesset's reconvening next month that is going to give, if it is passed, that is going to give the ruling coalition the power to decide who is even allowed to run for government. So this is not about policy. This is about changing the rules and taking this democratic miracle that we've all been praying for and wishing for and sacrificing for, and turning it into a dictatorship. That's why people are calling this a dictatorship. I'll just take one more moment to say, as far as how easy it is, I have been speaking with people for months. I know people, maybe you've never attended a protest before. Maybe you feel like you're not informed enough about what's happening here. I want to encourage you, if you can show up, there is still time. If you're in the New York area, there is still time. The protest hasn't even started yet today, so come on out here. We're near the UN at 47th Street between 1st and 2nd. We're going to be here for a few hours, so just come. Just stand here. You can stand on the edges if you want. That's totally fine. If you can't be here in person, there are so many things that you can do. They may seem small, but they're enormous. Here's our friend Orly Bar-Lev, the independent journalist. Hello, good morning. I need to speak with you later, but you want to say hello? You spoke so beautifully last night. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. And this is amazing. It looks like the biggest event of the week and probably one of your largest events here in New York in this fight for Israeli democracy.
I think today is expected to be the largest demonstration outside of Israel. Is that correct? Is that what you heard?
I think so. It seems like it.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for lending your support. She spoke so beautifully. Where can people learn about what's happening from you?
Well, I have my Twitter account. I have a Twitter account in English. So people from US and around the world can follow. And also many of my materials it's been translated to English. So people can, get connected and learn about the situation in Israel and about the situation of the protest and how we get bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger.
Amazing. So your Twitter account, your Twitter handle is?
Orly Bar-Lev, ENG. Orly Bar-Lev, ENG, just, straightforward.
Thank you very much. And just tell us real quick, and I'm going to let you go. For those of us who don't recognize your face, maybe we've read you, but we don't recognize your face. Can you tell us just who you are?
Well, I'm an independent journalist, and I'm one of the voices of the protest in Israel and outside.
one of the biggest voices, and we so appreciate you being here and helping to spread the word and informing all of us who maybe are having a hard time comprehending exactly what's happening here.
To make you understand.
Thank you so much. We will see you in a little bit. You can hear Imagine. He's got to do a quick sound check. We're going to start Still live, yes? Yes. So, okay. While we walk toward the stage, I'm going to just go ahead and keep speaking. I was talking about how easy it is, how simple it can be to show up and make a difference. If you share this video, it makes a world of difference. Post it to your social media. If you have a conversation with friends or family, it can make a huge difference. If you speak with leaders in your community, maybe your rabbi, your cantor, and say, it sounds like something's happening, I want to learn more. Can we have a conversation? Can we host a speaker? If you give to a Jewish organization or an Israeli organization, before you give, ask them how their money goes to support your values in Israel.
Hello. You want me to walk somewhere?
Okay. All right, the demonstration is going to start in about 5 minutes. We're going to have some fantastic speakers. I'm going to try and conduct a few interviews in the meantime. You can see the sea of flags. It's really quite an inspiring sight, and I hope those of you watching at least once, if you can, you'll get an opportunity to experience this in person. It's quite remarkable in 3D. Just as we're finishing getting set up here, I just want to tell you, again, as far as getting involved, everybody here is just like you. Everybody here is just like you. They are not. They're not professional protesters. They're not people who have run a movement before. They're not, independently wealthy and just looking for something to do. Most of the people here have full-time jobs and families to take care of, and they people have taken off from work. In fact, we are going to see a large group of clergy just 2 days before Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur itself on Sunday might be one of the largest and most busiest days of the year for American clergy around the world. But so is 2 days before, let me tell you. It's about the same level of intensity, maybe even more on a certain level, especially when Yom Kippur falls on a Sunday and we can't necessarily use Shabbat to prepare. All of the people here are just like you and me. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't necessarily know what they could do, but what they know with clarity is that we want the Jewish state to be a state for all Jewish people. We wanted it to be a democracy, and so they showed up. I myself, I have an Israeli wife. I spent the summer in Israel. I went to my first demonstration at Kaplan in June. 1 second, getting a call from my wife. Hey, love. Go towards first. Towards first. Okay. I attended with my wife, and I felt like a spectator. I felt like it wasn't my fight, because that was something that we've been told for so long, and we believed. Israel, we support Israel, and no matter what, and any sort of criticism opens the floodgates to anti-Semitism. Well, There's a lot of flaws with that argument. I don't want to get into it right now. The point is, I realized I was waiting for someone to come along and someone to fix this. And when you attend the protest and you start speaking with people, every one of whom is going out of their way in incredible means for 40 straight weeks. 40 straight weeks they are showing up in spite of having to live their lives. And let me tell you, living in Israel without a constitutional crisis like we have right now is hard enough. But they have shown up because that's what's at stake. You know, 90% of world Jewry lives in Israel and the U.S., and it's really our responsibility to call for the values that we want in Israel. We can't wait for someone to come along and fix this. The people in power have shown us that they're not going to fix this. We, each one of us, all of you watching, we need you to just do something. Share this video, have a conversation, show up at a protest, join the WhatsApp groups, follow on Facebook and on Twitter. These may seem like small acts, but take a moment right now and please do them. They have ripple effects. They can actually make a change. We, the people, have power. The power starts with us. It ends with us. If enough of us show up week after week, you know what? The politicians are going to realize if they want to stay in power, they're going to have to listen to the majority of the people that are showing up right now. Okay, I think my rant is more or less over. I have been looking for some others to interview. I'm going to make my way to the front. Tomer, I'm going to make my way to the front. So you just...
תבואו בבקשה קדימה, עד 9 אין לנו אישור להגברה. Until 9 o'clock we can't use the sound system, so we're going to have drums and we're going to do some singing and we're going to start at 9 o'clock sharp. So I need the drummers to come to the front so we could start.
Tomer, can you hear me? Okay.
Some yesterday, last night.
Amazing. Thank you, thank you. Haley, can you find someone over and bring them to me? Is that possible? They were here. You would just send them a text and see where they're at. If they can't make it, no problem. Okay. Sheldon.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
You unacceptable?
I'm just a volunteer. Yeah, wherever I'm needed. Okay, we're going to get some drumming started very soon. Okay. We can't have people behind the stage right now. I'm just going to... Thank you. Let me see if I can just get up above. We can see it's starting to get quite packed. Okay. Can you bring them to me?
They're over there.
Oh, okay, perfect. Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I got a lot. Hello.
Hi.
I'm just interviewing some people, so excuse me, I'll say hello. Oh, here's... Hey. Love you. Okay. Could I'd like to interview you guys, but I want to get a spot.
No,
It's okay. We're gonna...
no, interview
for us, it's okay.
Interview her.
I just want to have the three of you standing on camera,
Oh.
at least.
Okay.
Okay. Tomer, can you hear me? I'm right next to the stage. Where's a good spot for me to stand and do an interview? Can we do it all the way here? For an interview? Okay. Okay. Thank you. No, you're not going to speak. Wait. It's okay. Come. And I want to interview you guys. Yeah. Come on up. Hold on, Sarah, just 1 second. You know what? You can stand. You can stand over here. Yeah. Stand up here. Stand up here. No, Sarah. Please. Tomer, is it the sign or is it all the flags? Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything, but I'll try. Doesn't have a shot of the stage. I'm trying, I'm sorry. No, I want to get you guys on. Yes. Levin, you might have to sing Hatikva to start instead of. That's what. So. I'm just trying to interview them for the camera up here. In the end, no. Yeah. to try something else. I want to see if we can just stand right below the camera over there. Is that okay? Okay. I want to see if we can just stand right below the camera and see if we can do the interview. Okay? Do you see? Oh, maybe you can get me now. Tomer, can you see me? I'm interviewing him as well. Sorry. Tomer, can you hear me? Can you focus on me? Okay. Okay. Come. That's okay. Come. Quick. Okay. Here's the camera right behind you. Okay. It's very hard to hear. I'm going to try and speak loud. Can you please introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from?
My name is Rabbi Melissa Beyer-Whitman. I am a Director of Lifelong Learning at Temple Israel, the City of New York.
Cantor Reina Alcho, Temple Israel, the City of New York. Rabbi Haley Siegel, Temple Israel of the City of New York. Rabbi Sarah Sapaden, Associate Rabbi, Temple Emmanuel of New York.
Thank you so much for being here. Today is a bit of a busy day for you guys, is it not?
It's a little bit busy. We've got something really big happening in a couple days. Yom Kippur.
Would you say today is the second busiest day of the year, or?
Yeah, you can say that. We have Shabbat Tshuva. We also happen to have a big memorial service. And, of course, Yom Kippur, Kol Nidre is only Sunday.
Why, then, are you here? Why has it been important for you to be here? Let me just try and scoot us over a little bit so we can be seen. Why is it so important for you to be here?
Because democracy is important for Israel, and it's important for us as American Jews.
What is the message that you hope to send as an American female rabbi today?
That I believe in the power of democracy, that Israel needs to be a state and a country for all of its peoples, that every single person, woman, LGBTQ, every person, Arab, needs to feel safe and secure in Israel.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
You know, I've been teaching our children and the rising generation of American Jews for over 25 years, and we've always said Israel's the only democracy. It's so important. It is your lasting home. It is your legacy. We must be able to continue to say that, and every Jewish American must join this fight.
Cantor Altshull, is there anything else you want to add? I think we should mention you lived in Israel, and yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, Ani Ola Chadasha, I was born in Russia in Soviet times, and then we made Aliyah to Israel. My parents live in Israel. I'm an Israeli citizen, and I'm here today, despite all the business, to show support to the Israeli people, to the Jewish people, because we are Jews of diaspora today are better off because of Israel, and we should never, ever take it for granted.
Is there anything either of you would like to add?
That my heart is in Israel, that I believe in the power of the people, and if we add our voices to the voices of everyone here, everyone in Israel, we can make change.
Thank you, rabbis and cantors, so much for being here. Thank you for your message of support. We know this is a very busy time. Hopefully people could see you, but we certainly heard you. Please carry on. Enjoy the protest today. And good luck with the high holidays. We will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So what you're seeing right now is the Pink Front. It's a group of people that dress in all pink, sometimes carry drums. When you go to Kaplan in Tel Aviv, you'll see a huge section of them all wearing pink. They help us. For example, right now, we don't have a permit to use an amplified sound. And so they're helping us to stay energized, to direct people's attention, and to really pep us up. You can see how fun they are. Many of these people flew from Israel. They're jet-lagged, they're exhausted, they're sleeping in foreign beds, and they're absolutely thrilled to be here. You can see how much energy they bring. Let's see if we can speak to someone else. Let's see. Would you introduce yourself?
I'm Hadar. I'm your wife. Where's the camera?
The camera's over there. It's not going to be able to see you. Here, come over here. Okay, can I speak with you guys? Sorry. All right, I have two other friends here that I would like to speak with. I don't know if you can peer just behind that sign. There's the camera. If you can see that camera, it can maybe see you. I'm waving, but everyone can hear you. So I'm wondering if I'm going to stand over here so that they can see your faces. Would you mind telling us who you are, where you're from, and why you're here?
My name is Asher Lowy. I'm from New York, and I'm here because Israel's had its problems for a long time, and a lot of people have many different opinions about them. I may have some opinions that people object to. Other people have opinions that I object to. But as long as there's a democracy in Israel, we can solve our problems. We can come together, we can talk about them, we can come up with solutions, and we can implement them. If there's no democracy in Israel, then there's no possibility for change. And things not only stay the way they are, but they get worse. And that's absolutely unacceptable.
Anything you'd like to add? Who are you? Where are you from, and why are you here?
I'm Mark Sirota. I'm from Brooklyn. I live in Manhattan. I'm here because I love Israel, and you got to fight for something you love. I don't get out in the streets as much as other people, but being here today is the least I could do.
I see you're both wearing shirts that say Torah trumps hate. Tomer, I don't know if looks like there's a clearing. Is it possible for you to show the T-shirts that they're wearing? Is this for a particular organization that you're here with, or that invited you, or maybe you're representing?
Yeah, so it's based on a community that started on Facebook called Torah Trumps Hate for people who are Orthodox. Not necessarily anymore, but it was started around people who are Orthodox who don't support the insanity of the right wing under Trump. So it was created as a group to sort of give us a voice, and we come together to participate in protests like this because we care about democratic values.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here on behalf of the same Facebook group. It was, I think, formed the day after Trump was elected for Orthodox and Orthodox adjacent people. My grandparents were Orthodox, and so I'm wearing my T-shirt today. But we're all here together today as American Jews trying to fight for Israel.
Why is it important for American Jews to care about what's happening in a country halfway around the world?
Because the state of Israel speaks for us as all Jews. They say that they represent all of us. And then sometimes when we voice our opinions from far away, they tell us to butt out. We're all connected. We're all Jews. This is the Jewish state that we're talking about. And not only that, we, with our resources as Americans, we support the state of Israel all the time. Whether we support individual family members, or we support state institutions, or state NGOs, or anything that we support there. So we not only have a right to say something, we have an obligation to say something. If we're supporting Israel, and we're supporting Israeli institutions and Israeli people, then we have to speak up, and we see the people we're supporting potentially about to do something that we think is terrible.
What is your response to those? What is your response to those people who say that this is an Israeli domestic issue, and that we just need to support Israel in whatever decisions it makes.
Well, this isn't about. We're all out here today supporting Israel. We're not. We are supporting Israel. Yep, it is a decision for Israelis to make. It's not clear that a majority of Israelis actually like the decisions that are being made today. But Kol Yisrael Aravim Zel Hazeh. I don't have a vote in Israel, but I have a voice. I'm using a little one today.
Thank you. Is there anything else that I didn't ask you you'd like to add? No. Thank you both so much for being here, for speaking with us, and enjoy today's demonstration. You can hear the noise. You can see the size of this crowd. I am here as a volunteer. I'm here as a volunteer for USA for Israeli Democracy. Wherever you're watching, I believe we're being streamed in all different channels in all different ways around the world right now. Please take a moment, if you would, and share this channel, share this video, share it on social media, send an email with the link to your community leaders, whether they're in synagogue, at work. Another thing you can do very easily, go to usaforisraelidemocracy.org. There are a lot of resources on the website. There are a lot of ideas for things that you can do from the comfort of your own home. They're quite easy to do. You can send a letter to the White House expressing support for a democratic Israel, and you will get a response that is specific to our cause. The White House has heard from so many of us that they have actually taken time to craft a very specific response to our cause. That means they are reading them, they are seeing them, they are responding to them. That is a testament to the power that we have. You can also call your local representative. Grab from Sarah. I'm going to just tell you a little bit more. I'm just, you know what? I'll get you one. Okay. Okay, just one moment. I'm just helping to organize. Just helping to organize. Okay. Okay. Excuse me, sorry about that. So, again, if you're on usaforisraelidemocracy.org, you can see a list of ways that you can participate. Really simple, easy, but effective ways. Talked about emailing the White House. Another thing that you can do is you can call your local state representative. There are scripts to be found online. You basically just call the number. There are people that are prepared to answer you. They just say hello, and you just say your piece, and afterwards they say thank you. So, for example, if I were to call right now, I would call my representative Espala in Upper Manhattan and the Bronx, and I would say, hello, my name is Sheldon Lowe. I'm one of your constituents. I live at such and such address. I like to say I'm Jewish. I love Israel. I am deeply disturbed by what is happening in Israel. We have a government that is trying to take away our democratic values and turn our democracy into a dictatorship. And I would like for Representative Espala to sign on to H.R. 61. And they will say, okay, thank you very much for calling. And you'll hang up, and that'll be it. And then you can call again the next day, and you can also tell your friends and family to do the same. There are websites you can find. Just do a search. There are websites that will actually connect you directly to your talk to your representative. They'll tell you who your representative is. They'll list the phone. There are some that even have scripts, so you don't even have to come up with your own script. You can just read. HR 61, if you're not familiar. It's a House resolution started by Representative Schakowsky in Illinois. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. But it's a very simple document. It asks that all of our representatives sign that they agree that the special relationship between Israel and America is based on our core value of democracy. It's that simple. There are like 3 points. You can read the resolution if you would like to. It's not complicated. It's not nuanced. It's very simple. The special relationship between the U.S. and Israel is based on democracy, our values of democracy. The last time I checked, there were about 61, I believe, representatives who had signed on. We need many, many more. It's just a good reminder to me that I need to go ahead and call my representative again because last I checked, he had not signed the resolution. Okay, other things that you can do. Share this video right now. Okay, I know we have some Hebrew speakers that are watching right now. So I'm going to speak to a Hebrew speaker right now and see if she has a message for those who are watching around the world who speak Hebrew.
חבר'ה, אנחנו פה בשביל להראות, אני הדאור של ימי, אני עוד שנייה עולה לבמה ושרה התקווה. אנחנו פה בשביל להראות מה שנקרא Prime Minister נתניהו, שלא יכול לעשות מה שהוא רוצה, אנחנו לא מפחדות, אנחנו לא נוותר, ואנחנו נהיה פה עד הסוף, עד שישראל תהיה דמוקרטית.
Would you mind translating what you said for us English speakers? I'm getting eyes being rolled at me. This is my wife I'm interviewing, by the way.
Check. Mic's are live. You can use the podium mic. Podium mic is live.
Okay, thank you very much. Rest your voice. Let's see if we can speak to anybody else. I got to put my earplugs in because the noise is so incredible. Yes, it's so easy to demonstrate. They actually even provide earplugs here. So you literally just have to show up. That's how easy it can be.
Guys, you see this camera? We need it to be clear, so please don't hold signs in front of the camera.
So I started to tell my story a little bit earlier. I don't know if I got to finish it, but...
Hebrew lesson today. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's going to be... Okay, we'll do it in English. Wait. So in Hebrew, we're usually saying lo nevater, which means we won't give up. We'll do it in English. We won't give up. We won't give up.
If you'd like to sing along at home, there is a chant book. Just go ahead and make sure that you are part of any of the WhatsApp groups. You should be able to find this document. USA First Early Democracy, unacceptable. Don't know all of the places where this chant book lists. I'll try just doing a Google search. If not, I'll try and explain some of the chants as they come. We're about to get started. If anybody has been turned the volume down, wants to make another cup of coffee, now's a good time to... Okay, this is amazing. can't. There's a camera going. We can't see you. But would you mind introducing yourself in English? This is for English speakers around the world to understand what's happening today and what's happening in Israel.
I'm Daniel Kahneman, and
it needs no introduction. What are you doing here today?
I'm about to give a speech, the first political speech in my life, and I'm nearly 90.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to let you
Is the
get
sound
prepared.
on?
Hopefully we'll be able to have a conversation. Thank you so
all
much
the
for being here.
rabbis and clergy and people who feel they're rabbis and clergy to come up here and join Hadar with Hatikva. It's our beginning of our
Look what we have
amplified
here.
protest. Rabbis, cantors, clergy, come on.
Okay, what you're seeing
Get
right
those
now
tags up.
is an enormous group of clergy, rabbis and cantors and seminary students who 2 days before Yom Kippur, possibly today being
נפש יהודי הומייה ולפתי מזרח קדימה עין לציון צופיה עוד לא התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון ירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון ירושלים. I'm so honored to stand here today. I'm so excited. I hope we'll have an amazing morning here together, fighting together for Israel's democracy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming here today. I want to be able to do as many speakers as we can before Netanyahu's speech starts, because then we're going to need to do a lot of noise so they'll hear us inside. So our first amazing speaker is Daniel Kahneman, an Israeli-American Nobel Prize winner. He's an author, psychologist, an economist Nobler for his work on the psychology of judgment and decision-making and behavior economics, Daniel, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it a lot.
Something really shocking has been seen repeatedly on American television. It's Netanyahu's face, and under it the label, Netanyahu addresses judicial reform. But this is a lie, and I wish they used the right word. It is not a reform, it is a coup. When a government elected by a slim majority tries to change the rules of the game, it is not a reform, it is a coup. When a government eliminates judicial checks on its actions and its laws, it is not a reform, it is a coup. When a government is dominated by people who do not believe in democracy, it is not a reform, it is a coup. When millions of Israelis feel their freedom is threatened, it is not a reform that they fear, it is a coup. When hundreds of thousands demonstrate for 40 weeks straight, it is not a reform that they resist, it is a coup. If the coup succeeds, Israel will have a democracy, a fake democracy, not a real one. In a real one, in a real democracy, the government follows the law, not the other way around. Democracy is more than having elections. There are regular elections in Russia, and it is a dictatorship. This is why so many Israelis carry their flag to the protest every week. The protest movement in which we proudly participate today has earned the admiration of the free world. It has earned it by its extraordinary persistence, its energy, its ingenuity, and the commitment to non-violence, even in the face of police brutality. We're here today because we love a democratic Israel and are proud of it. The Israeli democracy that we love is far from perfect, but it is worth defending. There is much that should change, but a lot to be proud of. We are proud of a country that absorbed millions of dispossessed immigrants from the East and from the West, from Russia and from Morocco, and gave them freedom, dignity, and a good life. We are proud of the incredible creativity that we see in so many domains in Israel, from dance to jazz to cuisine to the startup nation. All this could flourish only in a democracy. This is the Israel that the protest movement is trying to protect. The protest movement that Netanyahu, the inciter-in-chief, has dared to describe as traitors. Let us call this abomination by its name. It is a coup, and it will fail.
דמוקרטיה. Our next speaker is Amy Spitalnick. She is the CEO of the Jewish Council for Public Affairs. She led the successful effort to sue the neo-Nazis responsible for the violence in Charlottesville. Amy, thank you so much for being a dear friend for this protest movement.
Good morning. Look at this crowd. Don't tell me that Jews don't care. Tell me that Israelis don't care about democracy. There are some leaders in there who tell us that the majority of us who believe in democracy and inclusivity and pluralism, who believe that our safety is with other communities and solidarity, are somehow disloyal, are somehow threats. And they take that right from the authoritarian playbook. But make no mistake, what threatens Jewish safety, what threatens Jewish values, what threatens the Jewish homeland are the anti-democratic extremists. We in the diaspora have heard loudly and clearly from our Israeli siblings that this is an emergency, that we need to show up before it is too late because of our love for Israel, because of our history, because of our values, because if we care about democracy here, we need to care about it in Israel. So I want to be... I want to be very clear to all the Israelis who are standing up for democracy. American Jews are with you. Anachnu itech. The fight for democracy is our fight too, and the vast majority of American Jews believe in a Jewish democratic Israel that lives up to its founding values of equality, freedom, and justice. So as we enter this new year, we have no choice but to stand up against the bigots and the extremists, to build inclusive communities and societies, and to fight tirelessly for democracy. Demokratia. 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 Thank you.
Democratia. Okay. Don't be mad at me. We're going to have another speech now, and then we're going to have a lot of noise because Netanyahu is going to speak in a few minutes. So, pay attention, pay attention. Our next speaker is Rabbi Elliott Cosgrove, which is an amazing moment for us that he's here. Rabbi Elliott Cosgrove is the Rabbi of Park Avenue Synagogue in New York City, one of the biggest synagogues in the United States. And this is, I'm saying it for the Israelis, who most of them are secular and don't know, this is a major moment to have him here with us. Thank you so much for being here.
Libi bekaplan v'ani anochi b'sof ha'ma'arav. My heart is in Kaplan Street, but I'm at the ends of the West. Ani harav Elliott Cosgrove, ha'keila sheli, Beit HaKnesset Park Avenue, shemoneh ma'al le'elef, u'shmona me'ot mishpachot, hi Beit HaKnesset ha'masorti ha'gadol b'New York. אני עמל יום ולילה על יצירת קהילה יהודית חיה, תוססת ומחויבת, שמרכזה החיבור לישראל, לימוד על ישראל, תמיכה בישראל, ביקורים בישראל, והכי חשוב, אהבת ישראל. lo rak marchivim et mahuto shel beit haKnesset sheli, ela gam hamehut shel hazahut sheli b'torav uvetor Yehudi. My name is Rabbi Elliott Cosgrove. My community, Park Avenue Synagogue, is the largest conservative synagogue in New York. Day and night, I labor to create a vibrant, passion-filled, committed Jewish community, a Jewish community with Israel at its center, to learn about Israel, to support Israel, to travel to Israel, and most importantly, to love Israel. This is not just at the heart of my synagogue, this is at the heart of who I am as a rabbi and as a Jew. Why am I standing here at this time, at this place, in front of this crowd? Why? Because im lo achshav ematai. Im lo po az eifo. Ve'im lo ani az mi. If not now, then when? If not here, then where? And if not me, then who? If not now, then when? 50 years ago, on the eve of the Yom Kippur War, Israel's fate hung in the balance, the country surrounded by external foes. Today, 50 years later, Israel is once again at the tipping point, its internal divisions threatening to tear it apart. It is precisely at this moment when the Prime Minister of Israel will be standing before the community of nations that we need to publicly affirm what it is that Israel fought for, fights for, and will continue to fight for: a Jewish and democratic state. If not here, then where? We are here because, as stated in Israel's Declaration of Independence on November 29, 1947, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution calling for the establishment of a Jewish state in the land of Israel. We are here because of our commitment to an Israel, as stated in Israel's Declaration of Independence, based on freedom, justice, and peace as envisioned by the prophets of Israel, and faithful to the principles of the Charter of the United Nations. We are here to remind and affirm to the world the principles upon which Israel is founded: a Jewish and democratic state. And if not me, then who? I am here because I love Israel with all my heart, with all my soul, and with all my might. I am here because Kol Yisrael Arevim Zeh Lazeh, all of Israel are responsible for the other. To my brothers and sisters fighting for democracy in Israel, you are not alone. We stand with you. I am here to remind my American brothers and sisters that to love Israel is to stand by it, to defend it, to shape it, and to help it realize the principles upon which it is founded. I am here because I want my children to know that when the future of Israel as a Jewish and democratic state was hanging in the balance, their father took a stand. Leman Sion lo echashe, uleman Yerushalayim lo eshkot. For the sake of Zion, I will not be silent. For the sake of Jerusalem, I will not be still. For the sake of a Jewish and democratic state, we are all here praying with our feet. We are all here for Israel today. Toda Rabba.
Democracia, 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 democracia. Okay, Netanyahu is not speaking yet. So I want you all to hear Noam Lanir, who is an Israeli entrepreneur and a protest leader in Israel and an amazing person. Thank you so much for being here, Noam.
Good morning, New York. My name is Noam Lanir, as she said. I born just before 67 war. At the next war, the Yom Kippur War, I lost my father, uncle, and cousin. 11 years later, I graduated school. I did the final exam in English twice. First, I knew it bad and I failed. Second time, I was convinced that it was excellent and I got exactly mark as before. So today, my first challenge is to be just a bit better of our finance minister, Bezalel Smotrich. In his Guys, it's going to be more interesting than shouting Busha. Let's continue. Just a little bit better than Bezalel Smotrich. Anyway, when I arrived to New York, and even before, people asked me, what will happen? They are a bit hopeless. What's the end game? Where is it going? You know, nobody knows to predict the future. People say that the history repeats itself, but it's not for granted. And I want to take you to a single historical moment. The last decade, and it's more interesting. The last decade of the 19th century, when the modern Zionist movement started, out of a big crisis, a tragedy. I want to take you back to a Dreyfus case in France, a terrible political anti-Semitism crisis. Let's shout Baby Busha and continue after. I have 2 more minutes. Baby is giving his speech. So shout Busha, spend your energy, and I continue after. He's a liar! 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 Busha! 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 He's a liar! דמוקרטיה אומרת. דמוקרטיה.
I think Bibi heard us. I think he heard us. Okay. Noam, 1 more minute, and our next speaker.
Guys, I got 1 more minute. I'm going to do it very fast. So be quiet with me. I'm talking about Dreyfus case, last decade of the 19th century. It was the most covered media press ever in the history of the human being. The 2 famous journalists came there. Was Mark Twain from America, player number 1, and Zeev Herzl from Vienna, a young Jewish boy. Not much connection to Zionism. He was shocked to see that in the liberal France, such things can happen. He went through a mental change. He became the founder of the Zionist movement, and he changed our course of life. Think of it in perspective. The Holocaust will only be 45 years later. And if I personally have to choose a single moment in the history of the Jewish people to be born, it's my moment, so I can have the honor to experience this parade, this march, together with wonderful people like you and like all over the world. Am Israel Chai! Democratia!
Am Israel Chai, Am Israel Chai, Am Israel, Am Israel, Am Israel Chai, Am Israel Chai, Am Israel, Am Israel, Am Israel Chai. Too many cell phones. Am Israel, Am Israel. Od Avinu Chai. American Jews, you should lead this one. Am Israel Chai. Okay, so if we're talking about Am Israel Chai, our next speaker is Rabbi Sharon Kleinbaum. She serves as the spiritual leader of Congregation Bet Simchat Torah, the world's largest LGBTQ synagogue in New York City.
Right now, there is an international tsunami of extreme right-wing authoritarian fascism. It is strong here in the United States, and it is strong in Israel. But we are bigger than that wave. American Jews, I believe now see Bibi, who is speaking now at the UN for the threat he is. Busha, 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 busha. We are calling him out on it, but we are also calling us to tikva, to hope. For too long, so many American Jews have given the Israeli world of Bibi Netanyahu a free pass. Not anymore. In these past months, we are witnessing not only the ugliness of the authoritarian attempts to destroy the Israeli judiciary and impose theocratic authoritarian rule in Israel, we are also witnessing what might be the greatest protest movement in the history of the world. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, the equivalent of 15 million Americans every single week in the street with a vision of what the world should look like and not accepting what it looks like in this minute. We must never forget to have a vision of what we believe Israel, the United States, and the world could be. We are the visionaries. We can't go back to just the day before the election. We must stand with those Israelis and Palestinians, secular and religious, from the periphery and from the center, Mizrahi and Ashkenazi, all sexual orientations and gender identities, who understand what a vision of a just society will look like. We stand. Democratia, 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 democratia. We understand there can be no democracy with occupation. But without saving the democracy now, without doing everything in our power now, there won't be a chance to build a stronger future. And like in America, we fight the roots of racism and hate in order to protect and build a foundation for a future generation. So too must all around the world fight the hate and racism. We share the same struggle for democracy, and today we stand together in fear, but also in faith and hope. We will banish the darkness, and in our hand is the light. Gamar Chatima Tova, a sweet and a happy new year for democracy.
Hello.
Sound for the mics. Sound for the music.
1, 2. I want everyone to join me in Ani Ve'ata. Me and you will change the world. נשנה את העולם.
נמרוד, מוכן? 1, 2, 3, 4.
את העולם אני ואתה, אז יבואו כבר כולם. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, זה לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה ננסה מההתחלה. יהיה לנו רע, אין דבר, זה לא נורא. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, זה לא משנה. אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. Da 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 da. Everyone, da 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 da. יאללה, אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. אני ואתה, אז יבואו כבר כולם. אמרו את זה קודם לפניי, זה לא משנה. אני ואתה We're gonna change the world. Democracia! 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 Democracia!
שומעים אותי? Which one? Wow, hearing Aniva Taneshanet Olam in New York City in a protest. I think I had tears in my eyes now. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Alex. Our next speaker is Alex Edelman. Alex is a comedian and a writer who has a solo comedy show just for us. If you haven't seen it, you have to. Recently completed a highly successful run on Broadway at the Hudson Theater, and everyone said it was the best show in town. Thank you so much, Alex, for being here.
Hello. Hi. I just came to put on tefillin, honestly, but no, just kidding. In Shol and Rosh Hashanah, somebody asked me, they said, you're an American Jew and you say you love Israel. How can you protest the government? I've been protesting because the Israel that I love reflects values that are central both to American and Jewish values. Democracy is a Jewish value. Intense, thoughtful, free discourse. These are essential to a Jewish worldview. The idea that giving everyone a voice, everything in a balance, this government is trying to destroy that balance. Democracy means ensuring the majority doesn't run over those who need protection. This government is trying to do that. Other voices count even if they don't control the Knesset. Dictatorial thinking isn't Jewish. Closed-mindedness isn't Jewish. Autocracy isn't Jewish. Oppression isn't Jewish. These power grabs are antithetical to Jewish values and American values. This struggle should be important to every Jew, but it should be especially important to American Jews, and it is. To the many, 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 many American Jews raising their voices here in front of the UN and all over the country, it absolutely is. If you care about democracy, if you care about making sure every voice is heard, you should be protesting. How could I be protesting the Israeli government? How could I not be? Shana Tova.
singing "We're Not Afraid, We're Not Afraid." There is a song and chant book that you can find online. If you're a part of any of the WhatsApp groups, the unacceptable WhatsApp groups, or the USA for Israeli Democracy, there are a few others. I don't remember their full names. Or you can just listen. Or you can just la. Democracy lovers, those people who want the state of Israel to remain a state.
אתם תכף עולים שוב. The right coming back, but we have 10 more minutes that we have to have all the speakers while we have the system. So, our next speaker, Rabbi Joanna Samuels, is the CEO of the Marlene Meyerson JCC Manhattan, the largest JCC in the country, and she's here with us. Joanna.
Boker Tov. Right now, as we are gathered, the Prime Minister of Israel is speaking to the UN, and I want to speak to him. So this is a speech to Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. Mr. Prime Minister, I am a religious Jewish woman. I am a rabbi. I am a Zionist. I am a community leader. And I call upon you to lead Israel into a strong future of prosperity and of peace, and of a population that is solid and connected. I beg you, I demand of you to create the conditions for the Israeli people to live in harmony with their diversity, and for the Jewish people worldwide to know Israel as an inspiration and as a haven. Mr. Prime Minister, I call upon you to use your authority for the good of those who live in Israel and under her sovereignty. You are not a prime minister only for those whom you agree with. You are the prime minister for all of Israel. Busha, busha, busha. Busha, busha, busha. Mr. Prime Minister, I call upon you to listen to the Israeli people. Listen to the military leaders. Listen to the grandmothers. Listen to the doctors and the teachers and the young people. Listen to the veterans of wars that Israel has fought for peace. Listen to these people. Listen to them. They are begging you. They are demanding of you that you create a united and democratic Israel for all of its citizens. Democracia, democracia. Democracia. Mr. Prime Minister, in these days of intense reflection, these days of cheshbon nefesh, please take seriously the power of this moment, the power of your office, and your power to do good or not to do good. You can lead Israel right now into a path that will set the country towards chaos and dissent. And I believe you can also lead the country to a future of prosperity and peace and connection. Please choose the positive path. Thank you.
Our next speaker is an Israeli American. Dr. Jeremy Levin is the former CEO of Teva, founder of it. Okay, wait, that's a hard word. Therapeutics, did I say it correctly? In the USA, and chaired the Biotechnology Industry Organization in Washington, D.C. He is a dear friend of this protest movement from the very beginning. Big applause, Dr. Jeremy Levin.
My name is Jeremy Levin. I'm the former CEO of Teva. My family fled Southern Africa and the evil of apartheid and regimes that upended democracy. I came to Israel in 1967. I love Israel. I love its people, its history, and its contributions to the world. I've always stood with that nation, and now I stand and fight with them again. 75 years ago, and again 50 years ago, the enemies of Israel attacked, but Israel defeated them. Israel sent a message to the world that its people will always, always fight for freedom and democracy. Now Israel again faces an existential battle within its borders as Netanyahu wages war against democracy. Boo! He also wages war against the values we hold dear in America and Israel. Netanyahu's attempts to end the separation of powers between the courts and the Knesset to upend democracy have done more harm to Israel than any previous enemy. He has put Israel's existence at risk. Israelis left and right, religious and secular, women and men are fighting Netanyahu and his henchmen as they attempt to impose, and make no mistake, I use this word deliberately, a dictatorship on the nation. Busha, 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 busha. The chaos we see unfolding in Israel is not about Netanyahu's ideology. He has none. Not about his beliefs. He has none. Not even about his economic gain. He's taking a lot of money from some people. It's simple. He wants to avoid prosecution. Prosecution for the lies he's told the Israeli public, military and security leadership, lies documented in multiple affidavits. If he lies to the Israeli population and leadership, America, what is he prepared to do to us? More importantly, if Netanyahu is willing to put Israel at risk, why would he hesitate to do the same with America? In every speech or interview he gives, in every action he takes, in every meeting he convenes here in the US, Netanyahu tries to trick. He tries to sucker punch the American public and our leaders. Busha, busha, busha. America's long partnership with Israel is built on common values and a dialogue of mutual trust, not on the lies and deceit that Netanyahu offers. America cannot believe or rely on a word he says, particularly now today when our leaders endeavor to build important agreements to help promote and enhance democracy in the Middle East and around the globe. Israel is the genuine, trusted, and true partner of America and democracy. Netanyahu is not. America stands with the people of Israel and its fight for democracy. When we fight for democracy, we fight for the ideals that founded both Israel and America. The people of Israel will win now, just as they did in the existential wars of 1948 and 49, 40 and 73. I am proud to be fighting with them and proud to be standing here with those who are leading the fight.
Hey.
Before we continue, I must say, I can't tell her name, but I have a friend that works at the UN, and she just sent me a message. Oh my God, what's going on outside? We hear you so loud inside the building. Woo!
I want to sing. I want to sing a song about togetherness, about the spirit, about the ruach between us. יהיה מה שיהיה, אני עוד אשנה, אני אגשים את חלומי. נושאי בשורה רע, מכות עוד גזרה, לא ישנו את מהותי. אני את והאל שלצידי עוד ננצח, לא בגלל הכוח, רק בגלל הרוח הנושמת בגבי, רק בגלל הרוח בתוכי, בליבי, בנשמתי, רק בגלל הרוח בתוכי, בדמי, בנשמתי. את שיש לי להגיד אני עוד אצרח, יבוא היום הוכיח צדקי. מי שיגיד לו כך, אותו לא אשכח, אפילו בירח ישמעו. כולם ביחד, אני את והאל שלצידי עוד ננצח, לא בגלל הכוח, רק בגלל הרוח הנושמת בגבי, רק בגלל הרוח בתוכי, בליבי, בנשמתי, רק בגלל הרוח בתוכי, בליבי, בנשמתי, רק בגלל הרוח בתוכי, בליבי, בנשמתי, רק בגלל הרוח בתוכי, בליבי, בנשמתי. תודה רבה רבה. דמוקרטיה! דמוקרטיה! אני לא שומע! אני לא שומע! דמוקרטיה! דמוקרטיה!
דמוקרטיה! אם לא יהיה שוויון, נפיל את השלטון, נפלתם על הדור הלא נכון. I want to say thank you to NYPD that worked so amazingly with us this entire week. I want to say thank you to the singer Ori Bootman and his school. Thank you. And the very personal thank you I want to say to the Israelis who came all the way from Israel, who brought the Kaplan spirit to us. I want to say thank you to brothers and sisters in arms, to Kaplan Force, to the headquarters of the protest, to the Pink Front, the amazing Pink Front. We're gonna stay here for a while and have a lot of noise, make a lot of noise so everyone will hear us deep inside. So let's go.
Media. Try to do one small thing. You could subscribe right now. You could share this video. It would take you 2 minutes to do right now, and it would be incredibly powerful. It would help amplify. This movement is not going to happen by anyone's individual act. It's only going to succeed when every single person harnesses their special gift, their special power to do something little. It's a combination of all of us doing our little acts that in sum total is going to have a tremendous impact.
name is Ophir Guttelson, and I'm here just to say thank you to the amazing New York team. Get it up. Thank you to Shani. Raise your voice. And Oz, and Esther, and Esther.
Hey, thank you everyone for being with us. This is an incredible, historic, unbelievable protest, the biggest one we've had, I think, anywhere outside of Israel.
Anywhere outside of Israel. And thank you to everyone who came from all over the state. And thank you to the all amazing, unacceptable people around the country and around the world. Raise for them. Democratia! 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 And one more thing, this fight is really going to take a long time. Make sure you scan the QR code. Make sure you join. Make sure you are aware of all the things that happens because the fight is going to be long. So join us wherever you are. Thank you so much.
And she needs... And we're gonna... You can stay and continue making lots of noise, but before we have to shut down our amplifiers, we have the amazing Neshama Karabach who's going to lead us in a tikva, and then stay to make more noise and come back at, I believe, 5 o'clock for Kabbalat Shabbat in front of... 2 o'clock? What? At the hotel. Okay, check the WhatsApp. I have no idea. Check the WhatsApp, scan the barcode, and check the WhatsApp.
Okay, wait a second. It's 2 o'clock. Where? לא קונסולט? הפגישה בקונסולט.
עם ישראל חי! כל עוד בלבב פנימה נפש יהודי הומיה ופתי מזרח קדימה עין לציון סופיה עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון ירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון ירושלים דמוקרטיה 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 דמוקרטיה
Check, check. Okay, Shani is saying there's going to be another demonstration at 2 p.m. Eastern Time in front of the Israeli consulate here in New York. I believe she said the address is 801 2nd Avenue. Just look it up online to confirm. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. Bibi Netanyahu at the Israeli consulate is going to be speaking with American Jewish leaders, so it's important to show up if you can. We're going to stick around here and continue to make our voices be heard here. I'm going to try and interview some people as they walk by, ask them how it felt to be here, ask them how it is they came to be here, and why it was important for them to be here. Let's start with you. Could I ask you some questions? I'm representing USA for Israeli Democracy right now, an English language source. But this feed is going out to a lot of different channels right now. It's this camera, so we won't see you, but would you mind introducing us and telling us where you're from?
My name, you want my name? My name is Daphna, and I'm originally from Israel, but I've been in the States for over 30 years now. I came from Michigan.
You came all the way from Michigan to be here right now.
Absolutely. It's an honor and a privilege, and I feel it's my obligation.
Can you elaborate on that? Why is it an honor, privilege, and an obligation? Why do you say an obligation? You live here in the United States. Why is it an obligation?
Because I think the Israeli American community, the Jewish community, we're all with Israel. We have to be with Israel at this critical time in history.
There are people that say being with Israel is to either not interfere, or there are people that say that to be in support of Israel is to just let them make their own decisions. And I'm going to repeat myself. There are people that say that supporting Israel means supporting whatever decisions they make on their own, and we should stay out of their business. Or in some cases, even supporting everything that they decide on their own. Why did you say what you're doing here is supporting Israel?
Because I think it's quite clear that the majority of Israelis, whether they are in Israel or outside of Israel, they all want democracy. And I think changing the character of the country in such a coup manner is against all Israel stood for, stands for, and will stand for.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, let's try and speak to someone else. You see the pink front is leading everyone in song. They're singing, Anachnu lo mefachadot. We are not afraid, but they're using the feminine form of afraid, mefachadot. Because the current coalition has proposed a list of more than 225 bills that they're going to try and pass at their next meeting, which is happening in just a few weeks. And many of these will harm women's rights. Many more are against the LGBTQ plus community. Many of them give more power to the ultra-Orthodox, giving them, for example, oversight into domestic matters. You want to say something else? So, I want to say I am just a normal person like you and me. I'm not a legal expert. I'm, as is probably painfully obvious, I'm not a journalist. I'm just someone who said, I want to help. I want to just give me something to do. You just show up. You know, that old adage, 90% of life is just showing up. Just show up and you're going to find a way to offer your special gift. You have a special gift. You have the ability to help move this thing forward. You just need to decide that you're going to do something. You don't need to be an expert. However, if you do just scratch the surface a tiny little bit, you could do a quick Google search and try to understand what's happening. You'll quickly understand the nature of the issue. You can certainly explore more. I think many of us, lovers of democracy and lovers of human rights. This is a children's song, he said, but it's dedicated. Okay.
But you need to stand over here, no?
Right here. Okay. Hi. My name is Sheldon. Just one moment. All right. Hello, everybody. So would you mind, it's very hard to hear, would you mind telling us who you are and where you're from and why you're here?
Sure. My name is Roni Tamari. I'm Israeli who lives in New York for 20 years. I'm a physician working at Memorial Sloan Kettering, and I'm here to fight with my family in Israel to keep it democratic, liberal, free for everyone.
Amazing. I just couldn't hear. Where did you say you live now?
I live in New York City.
That's what I thought I heard you say. Why is it important? Okay, you've chosen to live in New York. Why is it important for you to show up today? You live halfway around the world.
Right. So first of all, my very, very dear family that is there, my mom, my brothers. And you know what? Every morning I wake up, the first newspaper I read before the New York Times is Haaretz. So it doesn't matter that I'm here for 20 years. I was born in Israel, and my heart is in Israel.
What message might you have for people who are not born in Israel? What would you like them to understand, and what would you like them to do?
That if you care about democracy and liberalism, you should be here. It's in Israel now, it's here, it's all over the world. It's the same message. Shared values, as we always say.
I heard you say you work at the hospital. Yep. Okay. Is that to mean that you are either skipping work today or that you are going to work before or after this?
You know this device? We're at work all the time. I have my great nurse and the great nurse practitioner on my team. They're updating me all the time, and I'm going to work in just a few minutes.
Can you speak, obviously you have family and friends still in Israel, can you speak about some of the sacrifice like you that people are making in order to show up and have their voices be heard? What are some of the stories you've heard?
So my older brother, who is a teacher, was walking from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem a few weeks ago. He takes his kids and his family every weekend to demonstrate. My other brother does the same, and they're just making sure that their voice is heard for, again, democratic and liberal Israel.
Last question. How does it feel to be at a demonstration like this in your hometown of New York City?
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again? Toda. She's taking a breath.
All the way from Carolina.
Okay, thank you. All right. Would you mind telling us who you are? Hold on, into the mic. Where you're from and why you're here today.
Okay. I'm in Bar. I came from North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, where I live in the last 2 years. And I came here to support Israel democracy, which is very important to my heart.
Before we pulled you over here, you made a little bit of like a scared face a little bit. Why?
Just embarrassed to be interviewed to the press.
Well, don't worry. You're not being interviewed by the press. You're being interviewed by me. The reason I wanted to ask you that is because all of us are just showing up. None of us do this. And so no one should be afraid. No one should be embarrassed to be showing up, to be speaking, and to be demanding democracy. Tell me why it was important for you to come all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina, to be here at this demonstration in New York City.
My family and friends have been protesting in Israel for the last 9 months now, and I feel this is my part. This is where I can support the democracy in Israel. This is the little I can do. We have a group also in North Carolina in which we demonstrate there, but of course it's a smaller group and not as big as an event as it is here. And I just felt I could not miss it. I played around in my head with this for a while, and after Netanyahu said that the demonstrators are supported by Iran and Ashraf, I felt like I cannot sit silent anymore, and I booked my flight, came over.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that was less than a week ago that he said that, is that correct?
Yes, I booked my flight this Tuesday.
That must have been very expensive. Thank you for being here, for making your own sacrifice to be here. This is a movement of ordinary citizens like you, like me. Do you have any final message?
Come support us. This is not what we want to do on our day-to-day basis, but I don't think we have any other choice but to fight for what we believe in. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. I will just say while I'm waiting for my next guest. Hi, can I speak with you? Toda. Can you tell us, I'm Sheldon, I'm here just volunteering. I'm not a member of the professional media, but I'm here helping to interview people for USA for Israeli Democracy, an English language resource for people around the world to understand what's happening. Would you mind introducing yourself, where you're from, and why you're here?
My name is Rabbi Anat Katzir. I'm from Tenafly, New Jersey, and I'm here because I'm fighting for my homeland, for Israel. This is where I'm from. This is where my family lives.
I'm gonna give you a moment. Thank you for being here. You can see this is an emotional movement for so many of us. I have another question, but did you want to say something?
I just want to say this is the homeland of our faith as well as our people. And we're fighting for its right to live as with the values that we have been fighting for and that our ancestors fought for.
I want to thank you first of all. I have a question, but I want to thank you first of all for being here. It's I spent the entire summer in Israel, and it is really important for American Jews' voices to be heard and felt in Israel. It's a wind in their sails, and in particular for Jewish leadership and leaders of the American Jewish community, because it's a difficult. It can be hard to even mention the word Israel within a temple or a synagogue these days. So thank you for being here. Thank you for making it a priority. I want to ask you, speaking of the temple, you are a rabbi. You have particular skin in the game here on multiple fronts. Would you speak to that?
Well, being a female rabbi and this being a fight for the rights of women, the rights of minorities, just ideas of basic equality and democracy in Israel, I would like to feel that I have a home to be free and to express my faith, to express my thoughts, and to be able to lead a community in the same way I do here in Israel as well. Israel is a big part of our story, is a big part of our faith, of our prayers, and we want to be able to equally practice and observe here and in Israel.
I consider myself a progressive Jew. I'm assuming that you would consider yourself the same. Can you also speak to that, why it's important for you to be here as a progressive Jew and a progressive rabbi?
Absolutely. Standing up for our rights, both here in the States and in Israel and everywhere in the world where rights are trampled, where equality does not exist. This is part of what we preach, part of what our stories, our Bible teaches us. These are the values that we pray for. These are the values that we want to teach on to our children and their children and pass on. And we can't do that if we don't stand up and make sure that they are practiced where we live and where our families live and anywhere in the world that we can have a voice.
Thank you. One last question. Two last questions. Are you a Hebrew speaker? Okay. We do have some Hebrew speakers, I believe, who are watching right now. I think that there may be some Hebrew speakers who maybe don't understand how busy a time of year it is for a rabbi. Could you speak in Hebrew about what's happening on Sunday, how busy it is, and why it was still important for you to show up all the way from Tenafly? I'm assuming you got up at 4 or 5 a.m. this morning in order to be here.
שבת הזו היא שבת תשובה, שבת שבין ראש השנה ויום כיפור, אחת התקופות הקשות, העמוסות מבחינת תפילות, אבל גם מעוררות ההשראה. חשוב היה להיות כאן כי הדברים שאנחנו מתפללים ומקווים אליהם בתפילות שלנו, הם הדברים שעבורם אנחנו נלחמים היום. הקול שלנו, הזכויות של כל אדם באשר הוא אדם, אלה הדברים שאנחנו אומרים בתפילות, באמירות שלנו, ואם אנחנו לא עומדים והולכים את ההליכה, walk the walk, ולא רק אומרים את זה מול הקהל והקהילה, אז אנחנו לא עושים את העבודה שלנו נאמנה.
תודה רבה רבה. I'm almost moved to tears by your words. Thank you so much. Martov. Hi. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Together. Okay. Hello, my name is Sheldon. I'm here for USA for Israeli Democracy, an English-speaking resource. But if you are Hebrew speakers, we do have some Hebrew speakers, so maybe you can throw some Hebrew in. Would you mind? Meuleh. Is it possible for you to tell us, introduce yourselves, where are you from, and why you're here?
My name is Michael Gomez. I'm from Colombia, and I'm an American and Colombian citizen, and I stand with Israel.
I am Michal. I'm from Tel Aviv, actually. I live in Israel, and I'm here to fight.
Amazing. Are you two came together, or you just got placed here right next to each other for now? Okay, amazing. So I'm going to start here, and we'll keep asking. So where do you live currently?
I live here in New York City. I'm a master's student at Columbia University, and we have huge respect and admiration for the Jewish people in Israel.
Amazing. Are you Jewish?
No, but I've taken the opportunity to go to Israel, Haifa, Tel Aviv, of course, the Western Wall, and it's God's chosen few, and so I respect it and I stand with Israel, and yeah, it's God's holy land, and I hope the United States supports it all the way.
Thank you so much for being here. As you can see, we've got people from all walks of life. Can you explain why it was particularly important for you to show up today? You're not Jewish. I'm assuming you don't have family or friends in Israel. You're here in New York. Why was it important for you to be here today?
Look, God's chosen people are under attack. This is God's people, and for us as the United States, as the number one potency in the world, we got to protect them. We got to stand by our allies. Our president needs to show his true support for the people of Israel and show that we stand with you guys.
Thank you so much for being here. It means so much. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay, can you tell us how it is that you got here today? Are you living here in New York?
I don't live in New York. I live in Tel Aviv. I'm here for vacation. I'm staying at my cousin's house in New Jersey, and I heard there's a demonstration, so I was happy to be here.
Amazing. Not only are you on vacation and choosing to stand on your feet on a sort of warm day in a very crowded place, but you came all the way from New Jersey, which probably means you got up at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, 6, definitely early.
6 in the morning. Can you explain why it was so important for you to be here today?
Because Israel is where I was born and raised, and if I won't do it, who will? I mean, it's my obligatory thing to do, and I'm not really. You can't really be on vacation when democracy is about to. I want to live in Israel. I want to continue living in Israel, and I can't right now.
Unbelievable answers. I think we should get those. Thank you very much for being here. It's nice to meet you. It's so. Okay, hi. My producer is pushing me. Can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from and why you're here?
Hi, I'm Maya Herman. I'm an Israeli living in New York City for a while now, and I'm here because I'm part of the anti-occupation bloc, which is a group of Israelis living in New York or its surrounding and trying to, promote the message that in order to speak about democracy, you also have to speak about the military occupation of the West Bank and like the real democracy in Israel.
Amazing. Can you tell us how it is that you got here today? Like, is this your first protest? How did you learn about this protest? How can people get involved?
So we're Israelis living in New York, and we basically started demonstrating since the beginning when the Israeli government presented the judicial overhaul. So we've been protesting since January 2023. And as a group, we kind of formalized and became bigger and bigger throughout the demonstration. We had Israelis weekly demonstration in Washington Square Park. And this week is just one of many demonstrations that we've been to. We've protested outside Netanyahu's hotel in Park Avenue, and we've been protesting a lot. We're a part of the protest movement.
What would you say to people out there who are watching who have not attended? Maybe they're afraid. They have never attended a protest, or maybe feel like they don't understand the situation well enough. What message do you have for them?
I think the message, the most important thing is that, first of all, I think demonstration in general are one of the biggest political tools citizens and people everywhere in the world have. It's one of the only ways to show power, to show your opinion, to voice your concern. And demonstrations and social movements are super important for the democratic functions of states everywhere, not just Israel. And no one needs to be an expert in order to participate in the demonstration. Yes, this legal reform is extremely complicated, supposedly, but in its core, the government of Israel is trying to basically eradicate or to weaken the democratic system of Israel. And it means something for everyone. Everyone will be hurt from the fact that power will be more concentrated and will be less democratic, right? When the Supreme Court can protect different minority groups, it will affect everyone, not just people who care for Palestinian rights or people who are caring for minority rights. Everyone are protected by the law, and when the law becomes less and less meaningful, and when the democratic system that's supposed to protect the law is getting weaker, it's gonna hurt everyone. So I believe that demonstrations are for everyone. Even if you show up and you're standing for 5 minutes, even if you're there holding, just by being there with your body, you don't even need to have to hold a sign or a flag. You just need to, I believe, to attend. I think it's a huge change. It's also important for you. Going to demonstration is a political education process for everyone who participates. You hear other opinions, you hear other voices, you have a chance to talk to people, you have a chance to voice your concern, you have a chance to create groups. I think protests are in its core important for, the prosperity of our countries, all countries.
Amazing. Can you also speak, obviously you spoke about the practical implications of attending a protest. Can you just talk about how it feels to be at one of these protests?
I think one of the biggest thing about this political protest, this political movement, like the pro-democracy movement, the big one that is happening in Israel and across the world, is that it's a positive movement, okay? The message is pro-democracy, pro-better future for the state of Israel. We are just saying pro-better future for the state of Israel and all the people that it takes under its wing, right? Our message is to expand democracy from the river to the sea. But the biggest thing is that we are not, besides being against the government, I don't think the movement is calling for anything negative. The vibes are very positive. People are happy to participate. People want to show up. People want to see, big mass of people and, joining hands. Symbolically, but also sometimes practically. And I think the feelings are good. And I've also I live in New York, but I'm Israeli, and my family goes to Kaplan every week, and I visited Kaplan 1 week. And, I think everyone who participates generally says that they feel good, that they feel that this is, it's part of kind of being alive. It's being with other people that are concerned about a political situation happening now. And, besides being happy, I think the reality is dangerous and extremely scary. So this is why we're out in the streets now. This is a political moment that we hope will end. And we are not hoping for this movement to continue forever. We hope the reform will be done. We hope that basically the government will overturn these ideas. So I'm very, I support, I'm for protesting, and I think protesting is a great opportunity for people. And it's also giving them, it's a good feeling to participate in something bigger than you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for these beautiful answers. It's very helpful to our viewers around the world. Is there any message you want to give in Hebrew real quick before we say goodbye?
שאין דמוקרטיה עם כיבוש, שאי אפשר להמשיך לדבר על ישראל כמדינה דמוקרטית בלי לחשוב על כל האנשים שהם תחת שלטון ישראל. וכן, אנחנו מאמינים שכל האזור will benefit, כולם ירוויחו מזה שהדמוקרטיה תתרחב ושאנשים לא יחיו יותר תחת שלטון כובש. ולכולם מגיעה דמוקרטיה ולכולם מגיע שוויון זכויות ולכולם מגיעות זכויות פוליטיות ואת הזכות, הזכות להשתתף בדמוקרטיה שייכת לכולם, זו זכות טבעית. וזהו, אני מאמינה ומקווה שהמסר עובר באופן חד וצלול לכולם. וזהו, שיהיה לכולם חגים שמחים.
תודה רבה רבה. כן. You can look on...
Do you want to speak to somebody from Philadelphia?
I would love to. Thank you. תודה. תודה רבה. I'm just doing some more interviews. We're live right now. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Would you mind telling me... We're still in the camera? Okay. Would you mind telling us who you are and where you're from?
So my name is Tali Mazar, and I'm from Philadelphia.
Thank you for being here. Why are you here today?
We came to demonstrate for democracy. We feel very strongly we're a group of very small but very active group in Philadelphia. And we came to support the rally in New York while Bibi is in the United Nations.
I had someone speaking to me the other day who said, why do what's going to happen? So what? So you're going to show up, you're going to just keep protesting like this, you're not going to change anything. You're from Philadelphia. How do you answer that?
Well, we already changed a lot because we managed to bring awareness to Kohelet and Danchik, and we woken up Danchik, and he stopped the supporting, the sending money and supporting financially of Kohelet. I know it might be too late, but at least it brought everything to the air. And the Federation in Philadelphia, because of us, of our action, didn't invite Koppel. They wanted to invite Koppel to speak to the rabbis in Philadelphia, and we managed to stop that too. So very small group, but very proud.
I will tell you, I was in Israel when it was announced that Danchik had, decided to stop supporting Kohelet. I can tell you, it was not too late. It was a huge wind in the sails of all of us who were in Israel at the time. It was announced. Shani was actually speaking, as I'm sure you know, at Kaplan. We want to thank you for all that you've done. Can you explain why it's important for Americans, maybe not people who have been born in Israel or have parents from Israel, why is it important for Americans to get involved?
Because there's a very close and very tight relationship between the American Jewry to Israel, and we are one nation at the end of the world. At one point, we are the one nation. Sorry, I get excited. So I think we have the same belief. We believe in democracy. We believe in equality. We want to live together. We want to feel as one nation. And I think it's very important, like always, American Jewry supported Israel, and now we are here to support Israel. We all have family in Israel, so it doesn't matter if you live here or you live there. I feel it's very strong that we come as one.
Last question. When I first got involved, one of the things that I was trying to figure out was, what can I do? What can I do? So what is one thing that you might offer, or you can offer a few? What can people do? People who maybe are just getting informed, people who have maybe never attended a protest. What is one, or what are a few things that people can actually do, action items?
I think in the U.S., people should contact their Congress members, ask them to sign Resolution 61 in support of Israel democracy. It's very easy. It's very important to do. You can call anybody. You can talk to a friend. You can talk to your neighbor. You can bring some people in and explain them what's going on, because I think right now a lot of the Jews don't know what's going on, and they don't realize, because in their mind it's always about supporting Israel and supporting the government, and they can't separate between the government and Israel. They have to understand that right now to support Israel is not to support the government. They have to make this separation, which I know is very, very hard for them. So I think it's very important for them to realize that and for people to explain that.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for speaking with me. I'm going to speak with someone else. Have a great day. Hi. Just want to make sure that we're still in the frame. My name is Sheldon. I'm here for USA for Israeli Democracy. We're live streaming right now. I'm wondering if you could tell us who you are and where you're from, and what it is you're doing here.
My name is Natalie. I live in Brooklyn. I'm here to support Israeli democracy, of course, but first and foremost, American democracy, which I think they are both equally under threat right now.
Amazing. Would you mind, for the camera, can we see the flag that you're wearing? It's the rainbow flag of Israel with the Jewish star. Why have you chosen to wear this flag today?
Love. I have a message of love. That's it. I think love. We need to care for the elders, the children, the sick and the poor, and as long as we do that, we'll be okay as a planet. And that's not happening in Israel. It's not happening in America.
Sorry, 1 second. This is.
Which has lots of links to all the chapters, all the series of Unacceptable. Just scan it. Unacceptable today is in over 70 cities around the world in 4 continents. So scan it and join us. Right here.
Okay. Was today your first protest?
Israeli protest, yeah.
Okay, amazing. Can you talk about how it felt to be here today at your first protest for Israeli democracy?
Felt great. Felt important. I will follow and come more. I think we all need to stand up for Israeli democracy again because it's American democracy, Israeli democracy. It's not that separate from each other.
Amazing. How hopeful are you that we can affect change here?
My honest answer, not so hopeful right now. I mean, the messages are clear and they're right around us, but we're not seeing them. We're not reading them. We know what people want, but the voice of the people is being shut down by autocrats and greed and power, criminality, and we're succumbing to it. We just, it's like sort of the force of good against evil. I really feel like what we're doing here is the force of good, and I really feel like our voice is being shut down. The way they are being so much in America and Israel is a force of evil.
What's one message you have to send to people who maybe have feel very uninformed about what's happening and maybe have never attended a protest? What's one message you want to send to those people?
Well, to everybody, I think education, information is key. Read more. Don't believe the tweets and the headlines. Get deeper, read, get educated, understand the issues, and understand that democracies are fragile. And look at history. What happens when democracies come down? What happens to people, especially marginalized people?
And we know... Okay, thank you so much for being here. We know that once democracies falter, we know that it can be very difficult to bring them back. So I want to thank you all so much for being. Just one last time, you should go to usaforisraelidemocracy.org. It's a resource. You can gather some more information. You can check out Unacceptable/join. usaforisraelidemocracy.org/join. I'll say that again, usaforisraelidemocracy.org/join to get some more information. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow on all of the socials. I know these seem like small tasks, but they will actually help amplify our voices and our reach. Please do that. Share this video. And thank you again for watching. Just do something. Just do something. Back at you.
It was so great.